Hello, welcome. So if you're new here, my name is Agnes and you're welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful halter neck dress. I saw this stitch called the Lover's Knot Stitch or Solomon's Knot Stitch a few weeks back, and I fell in love with it. And the minute I saw it, this is the design that came into my mind, and today I decided, why not? Let's create this. And I'm doing this from scratch. I've not used the stitch before. I've not designed this before. So I hope it turns out, I think it did. So according to this video, it did turn out well. So I hope you like it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And now let's get into the video. So for this project, I'll be using medium weight yarn. This is a brand Winter King and it's acrylic yarn. I'll be using a 2.5 millimeter hook, a scissor, and a measuring tape. So you will need to take your hips measurements. I'll be doing hips measurements 38. So when I stretch my foundation chain, it should get to 38 inches. Make a slip knot. And chain as many chains as your hips measurements. So I did 150 chains, and when I stretch them out, it gets to the measurements I wanted, 38 inches, which I was aiming for. So do the same once you have your chains ready. Straighten up your chains so that they are not entangled, and then slip stitch the two ends just to join them together. We are going to be using double crochet for this first row. Chain 3, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through once. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through, you remain with 2 loops, and then pull through all. So row 1 is going to be double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through once, yarn over, pull through twice, and pull through all. So make double crochets in all the chains for row 1. Then I will meet you once you are done with that row, and then we'll go to row 2. I'm at the end of row 1, so we are going to join the 2 by simply using a slip stitch. So slip stitch the 2 sides and join them together. So we are now working on the waistband. Though we took the hips measurements, we'll use a drawstring. So chain 3 for row 2, chain 3, and we're going to be working in front post and back post. So put your hook under your first double crochet like that. For the front post, just under your double crochet, yarn over, pull through, and complete your double crochet. Then next we'll do the back post. So put your hook in that very next double crochet from the behind. pull through and finish off your double crochet. So we'll be using this front post and back post stitch. The back post go from the back and make a double crochet like that. So it's front post and back post. So yeah, repeat the same pattern for this row, front post, back post until you get to the end. We are coming to the end of row 2. So simply complete it just like we were doing with the front post, back post until the last stitch. Then make a slip stitch on top of that very first chain. Okay, so now let's go to row 3, chain 3, and do the same thing, front post and back post in the next stitch. Front post and back post. So that will be the pattern for this row until you complete it. So complete row 3 and then we'll meet. Done with row 3, and we're now going to start on row 4, working on the skirt downwards. Now we're going to use the Solomon stitch. So simply chain 1 and make a single crochet in that very first stitch. Then pull your yarn upwards to something like 1/2 inch, yarn over, pull through, then now we have 3 loops, 2 in the front and 1 at the back. Then put a single crochet between that loop. Now make another Solomon stitch and then put a single crochet in between. So you have 2 love knots and 2 loops. So you're going to skip 3 stitches and make a single crochet in the 4th stitch. So that is our first loop. So make another loop, insert a single crochet in between to make a love knot, pull the yarn for the second loop, make the second love knot, then skip 3 stitches and in the fourth stitch make a single crochet. There are so many tutorials on how to do this Solomon stitch. It's my first time using it, so I'm also just trying to figure it out. I love to put my thumb in between just to make sure I have like the same gauge or length of loops, because you know, if maybe one is too long and the other is short, then they will just not look right. So I'm just putting my thumb in between to make sure I have the, you know, the perfect length of loops. So finish up the row, just repeating the same thing, and we'll meet when you're done. Coming to the end of row 1. So as you can see, we have 6 stitches remaining, and we're working with 4 stitches, so it shouldn't really be any matter. Just put your single crochet in that very last stitch, and then to close up the row, make a slip stitch. So that's what we have so far, and we are going to work on row 2. So for row 2, do the same thing. Make a Solomon knot, pull your yarn again, put a single crochet to make the second knot, and on top of that very first love knot we made for row 1, put a single crochet. So that's what we have. Make another Solomon knot, and the second loop, and on top of that very first knot, make a single crochet. So it's going to be the same pattern. 2 love knots, and then you join on top of the first love knot on the previous row. Okay, complete row 2, and when you're done, we'll meet there. Coming to the end of row 2, so unlike the first row and row, we are not going to put a single crochet in that very stitch down there. So instead we are going to finish off this row with a single crochet in that love knot at the top, that very first love knot. That's where we're going to connect. And yeah, that's end of row 2. For row 3, we are going to do Solomon's knot. And another love knot. And insert a single crochet just on top of that very first knot. So the pattern is going to be the same from here onwards. Trying to do uniform lengths of the Solomon's knot, so that your loops don't look weird. You know, when it pulls down, it forms that diamond shape. So when they're not equal, or they don't have to be really equal, but there shouldn't be much of a difference. That's how you get your diamond shapes kind of looking nice. Okay, so we're going to repeat this for a total of 58 rows. I did 58 rows. You can do as many rows as you wish. They can be short, they can be longer. I wanted mine to be more of a mark, so I did a total of 58 rows. We started from around here. So if I follow this line all up to this side, then this is where our row should be ending. So just make a slip stitch, and yeah, and we're done with that part. So we're now going to use another pattern down there. That's just to make it a little bit heavier, so that the stitches are pulled down and they are more visible, the diamond stitches. So yeah, so let's get into the next stitch. So for this next stitch, we'll be using trebles. I think that's what they're called. So chain 4, four, yarn over once, yarn over twice, and in this very stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through like that, and now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on your hook. Then yarn over, pull through the first 2 like that, then yarn over, pull the other 2. Now you have again 2 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. I'm sorry I sound so exhausted. I think it's because I am. Anyway, let's continue. So yarn over twice again like that, so you have 3 on the hook. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 remaining on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, then you have 2 remaining. Yarn over, pull through all. Okay, so we make another one. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through once. You have 3 remaining. Yarn over, pull through the 2. You have 2 remaining. Yarn over, pull through all. So now you have 3 trebles. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and right here in this last treble, the front loops, those 2, make a slip stitch like that. Yarn over, pull through all like that. So we have this, that part there. So now we are going to put more 3 trebles in that very same stitch. So just like we're doing before, make a treble. It's another one. And then we have our 6th treble like that. Okay. Don't make any chains. So now move to this other love knot, leaving out this middle one. So this one that where we've been working, the same that we've been working like before. Put 6 trebles, like same pattern as this. So yarn over twice. And instead of just putting in these 2 like we're doing before, make sure you put it, right down there so that it is firmer. Okay, so pull through once like that, pull through again and again and again. Make another treble like that, and a 3rd one. Then make chain 3, make a slip stitch right there, then make more 3 trebles in that very same stitch. Excuse me. Okay, now we have 2 of these. What are they called? They look like shell stitches. You can name them whatever you want. I'm not good with crochet terms. So we'll continue this same pattern until we are done. So skip this and put your 6 trebles in this other one, in this other love knot. So make a treble and another, a treble, this is the 3rd one, chain 3, make a slip stitch right in the front loops there, and then more trebles to make a total of 6. Okay, I think it is now clear. Repeat the same pattern until you get back here. Okay. So now we are going to work on the upper part. We're done with the bottom part. So now we're going to work from waist upwards. So I wanted to make it more of a halter neck, sorry. So what we're going to reattach our yarn from the back where we started, from the very first place where we joined our first chain. Then chain 1 and make the Solomon knot. So we have our first loop, then make the second loop, same pattern. So now, since it is the waist area, it is small, instead of skipping 4 like we're doing before, we are going to change that and skip 6 instead. So insert a single crochet in your 6th stitch, okay, like that. So make your other Solomon knot and another on top of it, and then a single crochet in the 6th stitch. So instead of 4 like before, we are now going to be skipping 5 and put a single crochet in the 6th, just to make it, you know, smaller, since it is now the waist and we're working on the bottom part. As for the waistband, where we're working on front post and back post, we just put a drawstring to adjust the waist. So repeat that until you're done. At the end of row 1, the number of stitches in between should not really matter at that point. Just join the 2 rows together like before. Okay, now that's row 1. We're now going to work on row 2. So for that V part at the back, we are now going to turn our work and work in the opposite direction. So we are now working backwards. Insert a single crochet in that very first love knot and make, so you have now your 2 loops. Now we're going to make another Solomon knot and another, and then a single crochet on top of that very love knot. So it's the same pattern like before, only that now we are working, when you get to the end, you go backwards instead of, you know, doing all round and round and round. Okay, do that until you get to the other side. So I'm coming to the end of row 2, and we just have this diamond stitch, and then Solomon stitch, and then this other one. So I've searched everywhere. I don't know, I couldn't find information on how to reduce the diamond stitch, but no, invented my own way. I hope it works for us. In case you know how to reduce, please let us know in the comments, because otherwise let's do it my way. I hope it works. So this is my second last. I just did what we were doing before. Now for this very last one, so this is how we're going to reduce it. Instead of using two loops, we are just going to pull out one, make a knot, and then insert in that knot and make a single crochet like that. So instead of 2, we just have 1. Okay, that's how you're going to reduce. Please, if you know how to reduce this stitch, let us know in the comments. So now we're going to row 3. So make your Solomon stitch and a knot and another loop, then turn your work, and we are going to work just the way we were doing before. So you're going to put your single crochet up here. And continue doing the same until you get to the end, almost to the end, and then I'll come show you again how we'll do the decrease on this other side. So I'm getting to the end of row 3. Just like we did before, we only do 1 love knot instead of 2, and then in this last stitch insert a single crochet. So now we have these two, that is 1, sorry, it's just 1, and on the other end 2. So yeah, continue with the pattern we did before. Make 2 love knots, turn your work, and in this top love knot put a single crochet. Okay, and continue with the same pattern till we get to the end. Coming to the end of row 4, so we have this one left. In that last one, we just make 1 love knot, and then insert right there on that knot and make a single crochet. So yeah, so continue with the same pattern. When you're finishing up the row, just use 1 knot, not 2. And that will be the pattern until we get the required length. So yeah, you see it's already making that V shape. Okay, so repeat the same pattern for a few more rows. I'll come tell you how many I made. So this is row 20. I did 19, and with row 20 I'm not going to do and decrease, so I'll just do 2 love knots and then insert a single crochet in that very last one. Then I'm going to do other 2 love knots and start on row 21. So turn the work, and this very first love knot, make a single crochet and make love knots till the end. So that's what I have, and from here I'm going to put half double crochets, so chain 3, sorry, trebles, chain 4, and in this very first one make your treble by put 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through the last 2. So we are going to put 5 in each of these spaces. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. that's 4 in this other space, and the 5th one goes in there, in that single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in this very last one, that's 2, and that's 3. That very last one we'll put on with 3 of them. So we have it looking like this. Okay. So chain enough to go to the back of your neck. I've chained 20, so I'll just add 121 and make a slip stitch in this very first, sorry, a single crochet in this second stitch, chain, sorry. So put single crochets all across to the other side, and then we'll make another chain when we get there. So then single crochets all across, and now I'm going to chain 20. That's 20. And we are going to work with this stitch, the back post and front post that we worked with before. So we are going to now do double crochets or across to this side first. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's this 1, 2, 3. So this third one from the hook, not counting the one on the hook, make a half double crochet, sorry, a double crochet, and then make double crochets. Make double crochets till you get to this other side. So for the next row, we are going to do front post and back post. Chain 3, turn your work, and make a front post and a back post, just like we did for the waist. So that will be the pattern for the next, no, till we have a total of 3 rows. We are on our second one, so do that for this second row and and the third row. So yeah, I'm done. Simply chain a few chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Make 25 chains on this side, and then you'll do the same on this other side so that you can be able to tie, you know, at the back. So we're going to put the shell design around this back part and side part of the top. So what we do is from this other side, going clockwise. In this very first single crochet that we did here, you will reattach the yarn. So let's reattach the yarn. And then chain 4. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Yarn over twice. We're going to do trebles like we did in at the bottom of the skirt. So in this stitch right here below this row, insert a treble and another. That's 2, and that's 3. Then chain 3, slip stitch at the bottom, yarn over twice, and then do 3 more trebles. Okay, so we're going to do another one. So skip this big space, and in this next put a treble just right there. So the pattern will be these shell stitches, which I've chosen to call them, until we get to the end, the other side. Five, and that's 6. So our next one will be right here. So continue doing that till you get to the bottom of the back. So I'm at the bottom of the back, and we're going to skip this very bottom stitch. Instead, we're going to go to the other side and put a shell in that very first small box, you know, at the back. Okay, so that's what we have. So continue putting shells until you get to the top. So I'm at the end, and simply chain 3, 2, 3, and then this very on top of this treble, there is that single crochet that we did there. Just insert your hook and make a slip stitch like that. So cut off your yarn and sew in the ends, and we are done. We are done. Okay, guys. This looks nice. Okay, I'll show you the final product. So this is how it looks like, and I think it's super cute. So I hope you liked it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe in case you haven't, so that you don't miss out on the next videos. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.